Alrighty, folks. You've heard me talk about optics incessantly, frequently, monotonously, humorlessly, most of the time. Let's talk a little bit about suppressors. As most of you know, I spent the majority of my adult life in California. When I was getting out of California, the first thing I did, I took off the retarded California grips off of my AR-15s, put on the regular grips, purchased a 60-round magazine. I pretty much needed to have a cigar after that. This was a neo-orgasmic, absolutely cathartic experience. The other neo-orgasmic, essentially cathartic experience that a gun owner gets upon leaving California is purchasing a suppressor or two, or, well, I'm not going to tell you how many suppressors I now have. Most of the suppressors I have are designed for rifles, and the only handgun suppressor I have is this Erect9r from Q. I get along really, really well with the guys from Q, partially because they're a bunch of sick fucks and we have a similar sense of humor. Who else would call a freaking suppressor the erector? But I'm an optics guy, and every rifle scope has an erector, and I've been joking about that for more than 30 years now, so now I can joke about suppressors. Most of these suppressor reviews are sponsored. So every suppressor, according to the reviewer, is the bestest, the most wonderful, the most amazing ever. Or to quote our incoming president, never seen before, that kind of stuff. I don't own any other handgun suppressors. I have nothing to compare it to. But I'm extremely happy with the Erect9r, and for a variety of reasons. Got a bunch of handguns, and I have a couple here to show you. One is a Glock 19M. Another one is a Glock 43, and I can adjust the suppressor length and suppression level, weight, balance to match the platform it is on. You want the most suppression. This is the full size configuration in front of the piston. I think this is 8 baffles and an end cap. You want to go short, you can go as short as you want. This particular configuration is a piston, 5 baffles, and an end cap. Both of them work just fine. If you're shooting subsonics, the shorter configuration works extremely well. With supersonics also, I experimented with it. I don't know if it damaged my hearing. I don't think it did. It definitely wasn't jarring in any way, shape, or form. For comparison purposes, so the full configuration as is, this is about an 11-inch. And this as is about 7 inches. If you have 2 of them, you can mix and match baffles. So in principle, I can take out the baffles out of one, put it in another. Intermingle colors, they're available with this kind of a tan, well, clear anodized color and black, so I can make it look like a zebra if I'm so inclined. But they all work the same, they all match the same. It is a tubeless suppressor, so you basically take it apart into pieces, which also substantially helps cleaning, things like that. The only other thing I noticed, and you guys tell me you might have more experience with suppressors, my point of impact has not really changed dramatically with or without the suppressor, which makes sighting in the red dots quite a bit easier. Beyond that, I really have nothing else to say. It has worked flawlessly. I have not seen any baffle strikes. Reliability does not seem to have been impacted by the suppressor in any way, shape, or form. It is nicely lightweight. Here are the specs, and easy to clean and easy to maintain. The only other thing I've used this for, I have another attachment for this suppressor where instead of the piston, there is a different mounting pattern because 9mm is larger than 338. This suppressor can actually be used on my 8.6 blackout rifle as long as I'm shooting subsonics. If you shoot a supersonic, it will destroy the suppressor. But for subsonics, it worked very well, and what I really liked was how lightweight this bloody thing is. If I were to do a subsonic only bolt pistol in 8.6, which I ran for a good amount of time, I can make a pretty solid argument that the Erect9r is probably the lightest, most compact way to go, despite the fact that I have the pork chop and the short chop suppressors as well. That's largely it. The suppressor has a nice tone, easy to clean, does not impact accuracy very much, and can easily adapt it to whatever needs you have. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. for more reviews, more on optics, potentially suppressors as well as we go along, please chime in to darklordofoptics.com. Thank you all.